This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
I think if you were watching this game and you saw him go down and then you saw the replay, despite what you heard after the game from him and Jerry Jones, I think, not that any of us are orthopedics or people that study in that field on a 24/7 basis, but I think it looked pretty bad for CeeDee Lamb when he went out in the first quarter on Sunday against the Bears, and then when he tried to come back, he couldn't cut and couldn't plant his foot, and now it appears that he's going to be out, Jamie, 3 to 4 weeks. So that is not good. A high ankle sprain is the diagnosis. So, and for him to be back for Green Bay, I think is highly unlikely at this time.
Yeah, those are hard to judge because sometimes you look at them and you don't think that they look that bad, and they are really bad, and sometimes they look horrendous, and the guy's back in there in 2 plays. So, yeah, it definitely looked like it was rough on Sunday. So I'm not shocked that he's going to be out a while, but again, hard to judge.
I think he's done running out of the backfield.
I think that this is the dumbest take ever. Okay, people complaining about, why would we be using him as a running back? I mean, how many times? Right. Well, what about all those times we say, hey, get the ball in a playmaker's hands.
Sure.
Find different ways to put the ball in the hands of your best player.
We're sports fans.
I mean, it's not like he's lining up back there and taking 25 handoffs. He took one play from in the backfield.
It didn't work.
It's the dumbest sports take. I'm so disappointed in Cowboy fans. I mean, this just shows how stupid our coaching staff is. I mean, it could have happened 50 yards down the field on a bomb.
It could have. You're right.
This is such a dumb take. It's football. Guys are going to get hurt.
Yeah, just the way it is.
You don't ever want any of your wide receivers to run an end around or anything?
I like the end around.
None of that, right?
Jet sweep,
None of mixing things up and putting him in the backfield.
Jailbreak,
none of that. Only throw him the ball if nobody's near him. Because we don't want to get him hurt.
Over the top, vertical, scoring from afar.
I cannot believe how many Cowboy fans have said that over the last 2 days and how dumb I think that take is.
I'm not one of them.
Okay.
Again, if you're handing the ball to CeeDee Lamb 8 times to run him up the middle between the tackles, yes, you're dumb.
Yes, you're dumb. Yes.
But that's not what we were doing.
But getting the ball to CeeDee Lamb in space and thinking he could make a play and make something happen, that's what good coaches do. Mm-hmm. And guess what happens? Sometimes players get hurt because it's a violent sport. Mm-hmm. It really has nothing to do with him lining up as a running back.
Mm-hmm. No, you're exactly right. I just was asking the question, but you answered it very well.
I mean, come on, people.
You answered it very well.
It's football.
Yeah.
You want your best players to have touches all over the field.
If it weren't for the fact that I'm not sure how fast Brandon Aubrey would be, I would give him the football to try to go score, okay?
You want to keep his feet pretty healthy as you can.
Again, he could get hit on a blocked kick and break his leg.
Good.
Does that mean we don't want Brandon Aubrey kicking? No. We want him kicking every time he gets the opportunity.
Yeah. The Cowboys are also going to lose rookie guard Tyler Booker. He's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks with a high ankle sprain.
Who's been really good. That looks like a really good draft pick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Cooper Beebe's on the IL or injured reserve right now too, with an ankle injury as well. So that's not good. That's not good at all, especially when you're going to take on.
It'll be fine. It's not like we're taking on the Green Bay Packers or anything this week.
Right. You think Micah Parsons? You think it's like hanging a piece of fresh meat in front of him and going, "Here you go, boy, go for it."
I think he'll be fired up.
Yeah, I think he'll be fired up.
I think he'll be, primed and ready.
But man, how shocking was that for the Packers to lose to the Browns?
That was probably the shocker of the weekend.
13-10. Yeah.
Did you guys see that they aren't going to do a tribute video to Micah Parsons?
I'm fine with that.
Oh, yeah. I didn't say it was bad. I just said I'm asking you.
Did they even have to announce that?
Well, I'm sure somebody asked.
Yeah, probably so.
That seems to be more of an NBA thing.
Well, they did it for Emmett. They did it for.
Well, yeah, Emmett actually did something.
So, defensive player of the year or something for the Cowboys.
I understand that, but I mean, Emmett was the all-time rushing leader, and he led them to 3 Super Bowls, or was part of 3 Super Bowls.
When Tony Romo came back as a broadcaster, they did it for him, and the first time he was in Cowboy Stadium.
Is Micah Parsons going to go down as all-time great Cowboy?
No.
He's not going to be in the Ring of Honor either.
He doesn't get a video.
Yeah.
He doesn't get a video.
No video for you.
Unless he comes back to the Cowboys. Like, at the end of this contract, if he signs a contract with the Cowboys, that would be the most Jerry Jones things to do.
I just want you guys to know, if that happens, I'm out.
Wait, you've been in?
I'm out. I'm off the show. I'm not hosting a sports talk radio show if Micah Parsons comes back to play for the Cowboys. I don't want to talk about Micah Parsons and Jerry Jones in Cowboy contracts ever again.
Okay.
Together. Okay, I'll talk about Jerry with somebody else's. I'll talk about Micah with the Packers. Okay. I don't want to talk about Micah, Jerry, and Cowboy contracts together ever again.
Ever again.
I'm out. Okay? No longer doing shows.
Wow. That'll leave quite a void here.
It's 5 hours a day we got to get
I know, right? That's a lot of rope that somebody's going to have to pull. Jamie's not going to talk for 5 hours a day. Good God
no,
almighty.
Okay, so hang on. So you're not doing shows. Would you still be in your office?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay. Well, that makes it because then
I'll just trade positions with you.
So that I'm working 5 hours.
Let's see. This from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. You guys have Jamie very emotional today. This bravo, JL. Bravo. Yeah, bravo.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
6:39 this morning here on the morning drive. I've got
somebody yesterday said I was hyped up.
I've got something else that I wrote down for yesterday that I didn't get to, that you got to later on. That I thought you made a really good point on, and I'm gonna highlight that for you.
Shocker.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good point, and it's Jamie sense. That's really what we need to call these things, Jamie sense, because it's common sense, but it's even common sense, kind of on steroids. Jamie sense.
It only feels that way since we have such a lack of common sense.
Well, I mean, sometimes the person that sits in this chair opposite Jamie is maybe a little more emotional than
it's not
probably
a very nice thing to say about choice. I
don't think it's just choice.
This is the Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
For this day in sports history, today is Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025. Time for this day in sports history. Here's Jeff McGuire.
Starting in 1949, Major League Baseball Cleveland Indians owner Bill Veeck holds a funeral service to bury the 1948 pennant.
Why did he do that?
They had a bad year in 49. 1979.
So flags don't fly forever, I guess. Huh?
Well, it's a publicity stunt.
Buried the pennant. Okay.
1979, St. Louis Cardinals legend Lou Brock steals his 938th and final base of his career. 1984, Detroit Tigers' Sparky Anderson becomes the first Major League manager to win 100 games in a season in both leagues.
Impressive.
That Tiger team would spill the champagne, too.
2018, Alan Bowman threw for 397 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Texas Tech ended a 9-game losing streak to Oklahoma State with a 41-17 victory over the number 15 Cowboys.
Wow. 9-game losing streak.
What year, Jeff?
18. And 39-year-old New Orleans Saints quarterback Drew Brees throws a 17-yard pass to Michael Thomas to become the NFL career passing leader, breaking Brett Favre's record of 6,300 completions. Saints beat the Falcons 43-37. It is National Snack Stick Day.
Snack stick.
I think this is like if you're talking like a beef, like the beef jerky sticks or like cheese sticks or, something along those lines you would be a snack.
Those sticks that are really thin and really hard to get open when you get them at the gas station.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I asked Jamie who had the best changeup he's seen wearing a Red Raider uniform.
Well, according to Jacob Patterson, Stephen Gingery had the Lord's changeup.
Well, he is turning 28 today.
All right. Happy birthday, Callie.
Joan Jett, 68. Bonnie Hunt, 65. Scott Baio, 66. And Carlos Correa is 32.
I'm really tired of Joan Jett songs. I mean,
we play so many of them.
She's one of those when that comes on the radio, I'm kind of out. I mean, just I don't know, for whatever reason.
Chuck just doesn't love I Love Rock and Roll.
No, I do.
You?
I just I don't know, for whatever, it just feels like it gets played over and over and over and over again.
I mean, we play it every break here.
No, we're going to hear some Joan Jett today.
Sounds like that's a problem with your favorite radio station. Not with the song itself.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, just feel like that she's overplayed sometimes.
Okay.
Surprised she's not coming to the fair. She's been here lots of times.
Okay. So playing the same song too much is annoying to you, but like certain terms being used too much, like say, for example, Victory Monday is not annoying to you.
It's probably annoying to others. I know that I can be annoying. I know that.
1948, gentlemen.
Yeah, the Indians won the pennant.
1848?
Oh, I thought you said 1948.
1848.
Okay.
German astronomer Jonathan Gottfried Galle discovers the planet Neptune. It had been theorized earlier with the gravitational disturbances that were observed when the information was shared with our guy, able to track its movement across the stars, guaranteeing that it was a planet.
Almost makes you wonder that those guys just look up at a star and go, oh, that's a new planet, Neptune.
Well, they had a really big telescope and saw something moving against the background of space. Yes, that's how planets are found. And that's the State of Sports History.
State of Sports History, 6:50 this morning here on the Morning Drive. I saw this yesterday, and I felt like it is so Deion of him. Deion Sanders says everyone, including himself, is spelling his name wrong. Apparently, on his birth certificate, it is spelled D-I-O-N, Deion. But apparently, when he was a kid, he listened to the song over and over and over, Old MacDonald Had a Farm, E-I-E-I-O. So he spelled his name Deion, E-I-O-N, after the Old MacDonald Farm song. His birth certificate spells it out as Deion. Apparently, and this will come as no surprise to anyone, he's had trouble at airports because his driver's license shows the correct legal spelling of his name. And so there have been times when he's been sent back to the counter or had to pull out credit cards, blah, blah, blah. They said that because that is not your name. He said, I just look at them. But Deion is supposed to be spelled D-I-O-N, Deion. But he's spelled his other kids' names, Deandra, his daughter, D-E-I-O-N, and Deion Jr. is D-E-I-O-N.
So technically he's not a junior then.
Right, because
they have different names.
Right, spell it different, right. Right. I just thought that was the most, I don't know if that's I don't think it's the most Deion thing ever, but it's pretty bizarre.
It is the most obvious example of a time to use the term "sorry about you." I mean, if you're spelling it wrong on purpose, feels like airport, DMV, whatever, should have a
TSA,
fair set of issues with you.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, feels like you're bringing that on yourself.
Right.
If only he had enough money to legally change it to how he wants to spell it.
Why was this brought up? Why did he?
He was on a podcast with somebody, and
wonder how they got into that conversation.
I don't know. I didn't dive that deep. I just thought that was kind of.
So as a kid, he just decided to change his name and start spelling it wrong.
Right, because of Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, which doesn't really make sense for him to go E-I-O-N for Deion. Shouldn't he have spelled it E-I-E-I-O, Deion?
Okay, I just got more confused.
Well, I mean, E-I-O-N is how he's spelling it instead of I-O-N. If he'd kind of finished the song out, E-I-E-I-O-N, Deion.
So nobody along the way was ever like, dude, you're not allowed to spell your name wrong.
I guess nobody ever said no to him, even as a three-year-old. See, somebody else agrees with me. Shouldn't it be Deion? E-I-E-I-O-N. Right. I agree with you. That's how it should be spelled then. If you were following Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Okay? And we're all dumber for this. 6:54 this morning here on the morning.
Oh, man.
Does your head hurt?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Would you like to talk about Micah Parsons?
I should have played Joan Jett. That's the lesson we're learning here. Because if I'd played Joan Jett, then Chuck would be complaining about the Joan Jett, and we wouldn't have gotten the Deion story. And it's my fault. I'm sorry, guys. I'll do better in the future.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Good morning, Jamie Lent and Jeff McGuire. I'm Chuck Heinz. Thank you for being with us today on the Morning Drive. Your reaction on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Go to the Double T 97.3 mobile app. It's presented by Happy State Bank. We get this. I know exactly which bike I think that this guy had. He says, my Schwinn Orange Crush only had 5 gears. That's because it was the Stingray. The Stingray Schwinn. I wanted one of those Stingray Schwinns. Man, banana seat. Oh, it was a beautiful looking bike. I got close. I got the Western Auto version, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same.
Banana seat?
Yeah. Banana seat. That's back in the day, man.
There was never a bike that was cool with a banana seat.
Yeah, the Stingray, the Schwinn.
The long one?
Yeah, the Schwinn Stingray.
Man.
That was, this is, 1972. That was.
Okay, well, in 1982, if you had a long banana seat, you were a dork.
Okay, well, by then I had.
You wanted the smaller.
I had my Schwinn. Had my Schwinn 10-speed.
By that point, you were looking for 3 letters: B, M, and X. Those are the 3 you were looking for.
The BMX, yeah. No, I get you on that. This person says this. I hate to say this, but I think I know what Chuck is saying. Okay.
Don't feel bad because you only think you know what Chuck is saying. You don't actually know.
Well, we're past the Deion segment of the show today, so it should be easier to understand things now.
Smooth sailing from here on out.
That's what I'm hoping for.
I think
we can only go.
I don't know if this is sarcasm or truth. Okay, but Matt says, "Who doesn't love Chuck's analogies?" Thank you, Matt.
I do. They don't all make sense. But I don't always understand, but I love them.
You love them. Okay. This finally watched the game last night. I may be wrong, but I don't think Tech had a single false start with Hammond at quarterback. Well, they changed some things up. They finally settled down. I don't think it was just because Will came in the ball game. I think there was some other things that took place. But
I don't know if
better at that.
I don't know if that's accurate or not. It's like I tend to believe that it probably is because it didn't feel like we had as many towards the end of the game. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering, is the texter insinuating at all that it's on the quarterback?
It kind of feels like that's what the insinuation is.
Right. What could Barron possibly have been doing?
Yeah.
Pump faking with his cadence?
Yeah.
Psych! Just kidding.
Can you imagine if we had that kind of...
Omaha! Ah!
How many false starts do we have on this show? Man.
I mean, what could Barron have
Backed up
been
all day
doing
long.
to cause this?
I don't know. I appreciate this.
Like he was telling half the line, hey, guys, on 3. On 2. Wide receivers on 1.
Center, don't hike the ball. Let everybody else go. Okay?
Yes. Watch this, center. I'll tell everybody 3, but you don't hike it and watch them all jump off sides. It'll be hilarious.
And
They'll all have to run after practice, and we could sit and watch them.
Yeah. They went to a huddle with Will from the second. Hammond possession onwards. Yeah, they huddled up and they did some things a little bit different. Somebody says 2. I'd have to go through the play-by-play. 2 false starts with Hammond, maybe 3. I don't know.
But it does feel like there was significantly less.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which leads you to understand, this is part of the reason our offense suddenly got better in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, right.
It's because we stopped shooting ourselves in the foot.
Yeah,
Amazing how that happened.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot easier on 3rd and 5 than 3rd and 10 or 12 or 14.
The next thing you're going to tell me is when the defense gets a sack, it's harder for them to convert on a 3rd down.
Yeah.
No way.
This by hook or by crook, I'm listening every day. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate that. Western Auto, man, that's a blast from the past. It is. Yeah. You're exactly right about that. Okay, 7:19 this morning here on the Morning Drive. This has come up a couple of different times, and I think there is something to this. I see where the Utah coach says it's no excuse if his quarterback was injured the week before. He wasn't placed on the injured list, but make no mistake, that's not an excuse. A washed-up guy says, yeah, right. And that's the second one of these. And
so will he be fined for not listing
I
him
don't
as
know.
questionable? Or
should be or something.
Yeah.
Because, look, I'll just say this. I think there was some speculation ahead of time that Utah wasn't being just fully forthright with its injured list. I didn't hear anything about the quarterback specific, but just the injured list. And now there's a common website you can go to for the availability report where you get everybody's availability right there, nice and clean. And Texas Tech was pretty extensive in terms of, they play it straight to the line. And when you looked at Utah, I'm like, well, it sure wasn't very much there. So maybe each coach is going to have some coaches are going to play it closer to the vest, and others are going to say, I'm not really going to do that. And if the Big 12 doesn't hold them accountable, then the coaches that are holding it close to the vest going, well, why should I if he's not, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We've all used that excuse. Well, why do I have to do it if he doesn't have to do it? Why do I have to go to bed at 9 o'clock if he doesn't have to go to bed at 9 o'clock?
Because your alarm goes off at 4 or 5
Well, we just do it all the time. We do that in our workplaces too. Why does he get to do that and I don't? We all have that, in our back of our head.
Aren't you the one that's the biggest fan of everybody following the rules except you?
I don't necessarily say it quite like that, but
No, but that's what it boils down to.
I have been known to think that,
rules are for other people.
Well, that,
here and on the highway.
Unfortunately, the young phenom has adopted some of that, philosophy. And
we're not talking about the young
That's
phenom.
shocking.
We're talking about you.
In a little bit of trouble. He wants everybody else to follow the rules, and here's some of his rule following.
Cannot believe that.
But we've all got to follow we all need to follow the rules, right?
And all I have to say, no DNA.
Yeah.
There's no DNA in that kid to this guy over here, and yet nature versus nurture.
I feel bad every day that my youngest daughter has the same personality as me. I truly do. I feel bad for my wife, especially. That she has to deal with two of us. I would have to think at the same time there's some tendencies coming from the young phenom that I would have to think his mom is like, we love Big Paw being an influence, but I wish sometimes he was less of an influence, because I'm guaranteeing that's what my wife thinks. Yeah. I wish she was a little bit less like Jamie.
Your wife married you because she loves you. Maybe she.
It doesn't mean she
you.
likes everything about me, Jeff.
or
she's picked up some of the bad.
Or did she, when she was ordering dinner, just finally settled? That's sometimes that's what wives do. They just finally settle and they pick you, not you, but like me. Well, I guess I'll just I'll have the banana pudding. Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and marry Chuck.
Nice to know no one settled for me yet.
Well, they did once.
They did, then they were unsettled.
Keep in mind, I was the one that filed. I was the one unsettled.
Okay, well, to support my theory, my statement, the banana seats were the thing in the 70s. You were a big deal if you had one of those. Okay.
Yeah, well.
Racer 26, glad to know this about you. My stepdad owned a Schwinn bike shop in the 70s and early 80s. I had one-of-a-kind bikes as a kid. Oh, I bet you did. Man, I bet you did. I bet you had the green Stingray. The Orange Crush was really cool, too. Banana Sweets with wheelie bars was the Western Auto version of the Western Flyer. Yeah. Okay. Sam says this. We finally quieted the crowd down. By then they could hear the snap count. Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I can't imagine one of the things that they're working on this week when trying to figure out why they had so many false start penalties was, hey, Barron, you're pump faking too much with your cadence. There's like they have a speech coach over there.
Maybe so.
We just need you to be more smooth.
Maybe so. Maybe they get the speech teacher over there from Arts and Sciences or something to kind of help them all out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't mean to make light of that. I'm not trying to be a jerk about it. I just, it seems like the insinuation that it was Barron's fault. The guys were jumping off sides. I don't know how that's the case.
Yeah. The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
I love this song.
It's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we sat here earlier today and said that 12-0 talk by our fan base and by the three of us is not completely delusional, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Should be favored, I mean, I would guess in all but maybe the Arizona State game right now at this point.
I think the last look was the only game we're not favored in is BYU.
Even favored at Arizona State?
That's the report that I saw on Saturday.
Okay, that's interesting. All right, in both cases. All right.
Maybe the Arizona State has been updated since they, because we played early.
Since we have mentioned this 12-0 talk, clearly we think that we have the ability to run through this thing.
Yep.
Which game on the schedule remaining are we not fearing enough?
Oh, not fearing enough. Man. Not fearing enough. You know, the two that are in my head are two road games against teams that just have not looked very good. But I still fear the K-State game because I fear that they're going to be K-State, that they're going to get it right. They're going to fix their problems. You know, because that's their culture, that's their history. But I also fear, for whatever reason, and it really shouldn't probably, based on how they looked, because I thought they looked awful against Kansas on Saturday. But I fear that West Virginia game. So the game that we should fear that we aren't right now, I'm going to say is West Virginia, the last game of the year, when you may go in there with a lot to play for and they may be just looking to spoil your party.
Man, that would sting.
I know. That would really sting.
Can't believe I'm about to say this. I can't believe these words are about to come out of my mouth.
Oh, my God.
I'm with you, Jeff.
Houston?
Oh.
And only because they are an improved team. But they were really bad.
You haven't always been great coming off the bye. Didn't we lose after the bye last year? Wasn't that the Baylor game?
Yep. After a big win, feeling pretty good about yourself.
For 2 weeks?
For 2 weeks.
Yep. Lots of pat on the back. You got radio hosts talking about you being 12-0.
11-0. It was 11.
No. I'm talking about right now.
Oh, right now.
The
Okay.
three of us are sitting around saying you could go 12-0. Okay. I think on our schedule is a classic trap game.
I'm anxious to hear this.
And I think it's a good team.
Okay.
I don't think they're one of the elites in the Big 12.
Okay.
But I think it's a really good team, and because their offense is really good and their quarterback has the potential to be really good on any given day, he also has the potential to be really bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think the game that we're not worried about enough is Kansas at home.
You've said that.
Classic trap of looking ahead to Arizona State. Okay, if you win the game at Houston, you've now won those 2 road games to start Big 12 play. Oh, man, we can get to 12-0 if we get past Arizona State. That's what we're going to be talking about, okay? We're not going to be talking about Kansas enough. That's a really good offense, a really good quarterback who's inconsistent, and I wouldn't be shocked if the Red Raiders won that game by 30. I wouldn't be shocked if they lost a close game. If that Kansas offense is clicking, I think they can do some things. I like our defense against them, don't get me wrong, but I think about us back in the day when we were, such an offensive dominant team, and on any given day that we could do some good things. So I think Kansas is a good team. I don't think that they're a fraud. And so do I think they're one of the top 3 or 4? No, but I think they're probably top 6. And good enough to upset somebody that's better than them if their offense has a really good day.
I think you influenced my decision to go with Houston because I was debating between Houston or Kansas. And I'm like, no, I've heard somebody talk about how he's a little worried about Kansas before. So maybe that we're freeing them enough.
Yeah.
And that's why I went with Houston. So
yeah,
you made me give Houston praise.
For some reason, I look at the BYU game and I feel like we're going to be so dialed in for that one. I worry that we're not for Kansas because we're thinking about Arizona State. We're thinking about that game, big game coming up on the road the next week.
Okay.
So that's the one I think that we're not fearing enough.
Okay. I don't fear the Houston game. I think you'll be focused and ready to go. I truly don't fear the Kansas game because I just don't think their defense is good enough.
It's not great, no question.
And I think, and while they've got an electric quarterback, and he can fling it, there's no doubt about it. He's going to be a much better version of the quarterback than what you faced with Utah
I would agree.
This past weekend.
Yeah,
I mean he's fast, and he's got an arm on him, but I think
he's better at every aspect of the game than the guy we saw this week.
Yeah.
This past weekend.
I mean,
that all the experts elevated way ahead of Jalen Daniels.
Yeah, he kind of makes him look pedestrian, to be quite honest with you.
Well, he's got a much stronger arm.
Yeah, and he's quick. And
I think he's faster.
He's faster.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think Kansas is the elite of the elite.
No,
in the Big 12.
I understand.
I'm not trying to say that.
I understand what you're saying. You're saying.
I don't think we could answer Arizona State or BYU for this question. Because I think that we are looking at those two and say those are the toughest two remaining, right?
Yes.
So we are fearing those two enough.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah.
And Kansas State almost falls into that category just because we've struggled so much with them. But I think we've all gained confidence with the way they've started their year and the way you've started your year.
Absolutely.
So to me, it had to be somebody that, we weren't really talking about. And like West Virginia was a good answer. I don't think anybody's fearing Oklahoma State, and I think for good reason.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
That we call the Morning Drive on Lubbock Sports Station, Double T 97.3. We come to you, Jamie, Jeff, and I, from the First United Bank studio here in downtown Lubbock. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. Go to doublet973.com for that of the mobile app. The Visual Edge IT hotline, it's open as well at 806-771-0973. High school fan zone tonight at 6. Coaches from Monterey and Coronado pay a visit as They'll talk about the week that was and the week that is and the week that's coming and just stuff that's coming up. That'll be 6 to 7 tonight on 100.7 The Score. Rangers playing out the string at this point, taking on the Minnesota Twins tonight. They'll play at home tonight and tomorrow and Thursday, and then they go on the road for the final weekend of the regular year. Okay. So we'll take your comments on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Astros are in action as well. They're out in Sacramento to take on the A's. I wonder how it's gone for the Sacramento folks and that whole deal. You got that kind of temporary situation, and then you got the Tampa Bay Rays with their temporary situation. That one seems unresolved because I don't know if they've decided they're going to fix the Tropicana or do something new there.
Well, it seems like they would have needed to decide a whole lot quicker if they haven't decided anything at this point.
I'm sure they have. I just haven't.
Surely they have.
I just haven't seen anything. They're playing in the Yankees minor league facility this year, and the A's they're building a new stadium monstrosity there in Las Vegas. I don't know how you make. How you can say it's a monstrosity in Vegas because it's a monstrosity amongst monstrosities. So I don't know. It's crazy. So apparently, according to the Tampa Bay Times, 6 out of 24 panels are in at the Tropicana, and they've picked out interior paint. Okay, well, that's good. That's good.
Hey, man, that's important. When you're doing interior decorating, getting that paint right, because that brings the whole room together.
It says this: all Trop repairs remain on schedule to be completed in time for opening day 2026.
Good news. So it sounds like they've made a decision.
Sounds like they've made a decision. They're fixing that thing up because they had thought about, well, do we do this or do we do something different or do we move? Because they had talked about moving out of there as well. Total costs for next year are around $60 million. Okay, so that's that.
Surely they got some insurance.
Oh, yeah, they got some insurance. Sure, yeah. Got
hurricane there, right?
Yeah. You got some insurance money. I mean, it's I don't know that a hurricane's good for business, but like a hailstorm is, but it's good for somebody's business.
Yeah.
I just hate for people's homes to be destroyed. I mean, that's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I mean, for anything to be
or the
destroyed.
Cars.
Or cars. I mean, this hailstorm totaled a bunch of cars, the one that we had back in June. So the quality of the metal is different than what it used to be with more aluminum-based cars, so totaled a bunch of cars.
I don't know. It feels like this hailstorm we had last time was going to put dents in just about anything.
Yeah. Some parts of town, right.
I mean, we've had...
Superman might have been a little worried with this past hailstorm.
I mean, whether it be cars or roofs or fences or whatever, it looked like it did way more damage than it did in previous ones.
Okay, something that I had written down for yesterday, and you talked about it yesterday on the bottom line, and I thought, again, you made a lot of sense because, I was kind of falling into the trap on the other side, and falling into the, following the other.
Don't be a sheep, Chuck.
A sheep. Don't be a sheep. I was being a bit of a sheep because. And the reason I'm tired of being a sheep on this narrative is I feel like it's been done by other schools at other levels and other sports, and nobody really ever talked about it. But now just because it's Texas Tech, everybody wants to talk about how much money you paid your softball pitcher or how much money you paid for your football roster. And I thought you made a great point yesterday with regard to, hey, that's just going to talk about it all you want. That's just going to make more people want to come here.
I mean, it's promoting what you're doing. You're taking care of your athletes at a high level financially. If you want to, first off, I don't think Red Raider fans should be angry of the narrative that money is helping you win, because it's true.
Yeah, right.
Okay, it's true.
Just like it helped other schools in the past when it wasn't discussed.
Absolutely. No question. Because it's true, okay? But what it's doing is promoting how well you're taking care of your athletes. And for those sports that are getting these big NIL payouts, it's just helping you, okay? It's just promoting the fact that, hey, they're taking care of their athletes there at a high level.
At least for football and men's basketball.
At a high level. So,
and softball.
Yeah, and softball. So, I don't think the narrative is a negative one. Now, if people, this whole bought, not built thing, I think the truth is probably somewhere in the middle of that. Okay? Because I think Joey McGuire and his staff are doing a great job building these guys, or putting this roster together, and creating the right chemistry, creating the right atmosphere around the program, and all getting everybody to buy in and all that good stuff. All of that is a factor, and I think those guys are guys that that players enjoy playing for, and that factors in. And obviously the facilities, again, money. The facilities are phenomenal, and that's helping you, which is no different than anybody else's great facilities over the years, right?
No.
That everybody's had these awesome facilities. All of that is totally. Again, the coaching staff has done a great job with that. But again, it also helps doing that when you have great players.
Sure.
That financially it helped to get them here.
And I think the other thing too is that, I mean, plenty of teams, whether professional or college or whatever, have tried to, quote, buy, their way to success. And you still have to have the culture. You still have to put the game plan together. You still have to get to have people on the same page. I mean, and you pointed this out a couple of years ago. Nobody really said that about the Texas Rangers, who did an awful lot with their checkbook to get themselves to a World Series.
Everybody knows only the Yankees do that, Chuck. They're the only team.
And Dodgers.
No, only the Yankees.
Yeah, the Yankees.
Only the Yankees.
Yankees
They're
get
the
blamed for
only
that
ones.
more than any other team.
Yeah.
No question.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.